I'll give you this, Mr. Harris. There's no hit and run, sir.
Yes, there is. Relax.
No, there's not.
Relax.
Stop!
Get in the car.
Stop!
Get in the car.
I am a federal officer.
Get in the car.
Give me my fucking... This guy here, sir. I was driving over here. I was gonna turn in here to put gas, and then I was gonna stop and assess the damage on my vehicle.
Okay?
Okay?
In this video, we'll be reviewing police body cam footage featuring a man who claims to have been an undercover federal agent for 43 years. The story this man told the police officers is pretty wild. So without any further delay, let's get straight into it. When a cop responded to a hit and run involving a Buick Verano, he had no idea he was about to encounter an undercover agent, or so the agent claimed. As soon as the cop made contact with the suspect, he immediately arrested him. But that didn't go as smoothly as expected because the suspect was protesting the whole time. As the cop was handcuffing him, the suspect denied being involved in any hit and run. The cop didn't pay attention to what the man just said and just continued to do his job. The suspect told him that he knew he was being detained, but that he didn't understand why. He also added that he was a federal agent and that he had ID and everything. The cop wanted to take the man's wallet and check if he really was a federal agent, but the man had a lot of trouble letting go of his wallet. When the cop finally took it from him, the man said that his ID wasn't in his wallet and repeated that he was an officer of the law while swearing the whole time.
Hit and run.
Turn.
Who did I hit and run, sir?
I'll give you this, Mr. Harris.
There's no hit and run, sir.
Yes, there is. Relax.
No, there's not.
Relax.
Guy, I need to call right now for representation because I didn't hit and run nobody. Where?
Hey, relax.
Where did I hit and run them? No, you can't just do that, sir. I know I'm being detained, but I'm asking you why first.
I will. Let's go.
I'm not doing nothing with I'm a federal officer. Here, I got my ID and everything in the fucking wallet.
I'll check it. Hey, relax.
Ooh, tell me I'm a hit and run. I didn't hit and run nobody.
Relax. Relax. Put your arm in the front.
God damn it. I got the ID, sir. All you gotta do is run my information.
Drop yourself.
I don't have to hold my wallet. My ID, sir.
Give yourself.
That's a felony, sir. Let go! Sir, there's an ID in there.
Relax.
No, my ID's on the ground, and I'm an officer of the law.
The cop then escorted the man back to the police vehicle. But as you can imagine, putting the man into the car didn't go as planned as he was yelling the whole time. Heck, he even tried to kick the officer a few times, all while repeating that he was a federal officer. The funny thing is that he kept saying how he was being all nice towards the cop. One look at his behavior would tell you that he was being delusional.
You better stop, sir. You better stop.
All I asked you for was my ID.
Sit down. I'm right here.
Okay, all right, sir.
Get in the car.
You took my identification. I have a reason, and I'm asking you.
Get in the car.
Nicely.
Get in the car.
I'm asking you nicely, sir.
Get in the car, dude.
Stop! Stop!
Get in the car.
Stop!
Get in the car.
I am a federal officer.
The man was finally able to calm himself a bit, so he sat in the car. When another officer arrived, the man started talking to him, telling him that he knew him. He mentioned something about filing reports about people and organizations harassing him in the past. Then he started complaining about the other cops' behavior and explained what went down. The man didn't miss the opportunity to mention once again that he was a federal officer and that he was undercover. I don't know about you, but as soon as I saw this man and how he was acting, an undercover federal officer was the first thing that came to mind. Anyway, not only was he an undercover agent, but he had been undercover for 43 years, all the way up to the UN. Then he told the officer that he didn't hit and run, and that the damage on his car was the result of him hitting a bumper earlier that morning. The officer was being very respectful and told the man that they had to do their investigation. Then the cop proceeded to search the man, who had no problem with that, but asked if he could have something to drink. He also told the officer that he was being legitimate, unlike that first cop, who was aggressive right from the get-go without any reason.
Get in the car. Give me my fucking shit right here, and I'll wait for them to come.
Yeah, get in the car. You got back up. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Get in the car, man.
Who is it?
Get in the car.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Can I speak to you, please?
Sure. What's wrong?
All right. I ran into you before.
Okay.
I remember you down at the state police office. I went in to file a report about people harassing me, coming after me, organizations. Well, this guy here, sir, I was driving over here. I was going to turn in here to put gas, and then I was going to stop and assess the damage on my vehicle. Okay? So I get here, and then he comes up running at me, screaming, grabs my wallet, throws it down, and I said, sir, I am a federal officer of the law. I'm undercover. I've been undercover for 43 years, all the way up to the UN. I stay in the community. He slaps the cuffs on me, starts throwing me around. I'm trying to figure out, I hit and run. He said, I didn't hit and run nobody. There's nobody that I hit and run.
All right. So you said you were going to stop and check the damage, right?
Right, yes sir.
Okay, damage from what?
From this vehicle, just this morning, I hit a bumper.
Okay.
And the curb, I just got brand new rims and tires, you can check that discount.
Okay.
So I get it done, and I didn't hit and run nobody.
Okay, no problem.
I don't know who he's talking
All
about.
right, well, you know, we got to investigate these things.
Sure.
Anyway, sir. So let's do this. Did he already search you, take everything out of your pockets?
He grabbed everything and threw it on the ground over here.
I'll do it if you don't mind.
No, I will. I'm fine, sir.
Nothing in your pocket's going to poke me or hurt me, right?
Can I get something to drink, sir?
Yeah, we'll sort it
Please.
out in a minute. Look,
I need
do
it.
our investigation, okay? We'll get
All right.
you some water in a minute. Do you have anything in your pockets that's going to poke me or hurt me?
No, sir.
Nothing at all, right?
Now we're being legitimate. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, guy. I just didn't, he's gonna run up on me like that.
Listen, is this,
Can I sit on the end? It's just too hot,
We're
sir.
going to go up, roll down the window on the AC, okay? Have a seat.
If I could sit right there, please, sir.
The officer asked the man to sit inside the car, and the man did that with a little bit of protesting. He asked for water, and the officer told him that he would get him water, but that he needed to cooperate. The man seemed to understand that, and he finally let the officer do his job.
Oh, man.
I'll roll down both windows for you, okay? You work with me, I'll work with you. Sound
I
good?
need something to drink,
All right,
sir.
sounds good. You know what? I'm
a diabetic.
I'm gonna get you some water,
I
but
haven't
you gotta
taken my
give me
yet.
some time. The longer time I spend here sitting talking to you, the longer it's gonna take for me to get you water, right?
But that's why I asked
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
sir. Why did he run up on me like
I
that?
don't know. I gotta look into everything. Okay, let me get some water. You sit
Please,
down.
yeah, that's
I'm
what
gonna
I
roll
need.
down
All
both
right, sir.
windows, and I gotta look into your car. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You work with me, I work with you. Good.
Sit right here. Just let me.
Sounds great. I'm
just sit right here.
Watch your foot.
Oh.
Not long after the officer returned with water and gave it to the man who thanked him for it and added that he was a veteran. The way he said it certainly makes you wonder if he just came up with that on the spot. I guess he realized that the cops didn't buy that whole undercover federal agent stuff, so he had to tell them a more believable story. He also revealed that he had PTSD, which was supposed to explain his behavior.
No, sit.
Yeah, because he didn't roll down the window.
All right, we'll roll them down. Can you roll down the windows, please?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm alright. So that just got me all pumped. But I'm 100% permanent and total as well. I'm a combat veteran, a war veteran, and a veteran.
Okay.
And I have PTSD at 100%.
Right.
So when he ran up on me, telling me I was a hit and run, and I was already in this private drive.
Okay.
And then he runs up on me when he and throws cuts.
So that's the
on me.
information we have, all right?
All right,
Take another
sir.
drink. I'm not going to do this all day.
Yeah, we're just putting a counter
Alright.
that
Go ahead and put your foot back in there. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, sir.
my handgun and got
Once the officer gave the man water, he went on to investigate the damage on the man's car. He stated that it was quite a bit of damage and told another officer that he didn't believe the man was a federal officer. You really don't have to be an experienced police officer to know that.
Well, I really don't think he's a federal officer, but that's heavy front end damage right there. Cool. Is 50 coming or?
Oh yeah, did that 55 for this subject. Also, there is.
Then another officer approached the man, and the man explained everything to him as well. He complained that his cover was completely blown and revealed his name to be Richard Nicholas Jacob Madrid. That certainly doesn't sound made up. Then he went on to ramble about his family being targeted and revealed that his wife was South Korean, whose entire family, all 74 of them, were executed in the United States. Now that is the story I could get behind. He even mentioned the former President Trump, but the cop interrupted him and asked him what happened there. The man then went on to talk about the accident he was involved in earlier. He told the cop that he didn't want to blow his cover and that he didn't run away from anyone.
is my water? Could I get another drink of my water, please?
Yeah, hang tight, okay?
All right.
So what's going on?
Huh?
What's going on?
No, I just got into an accident earlier this morning, and I got my rims and tires put back on my car from discount, and then I went to check in over at the portal up there by the Amazon, Prime.com, because I was supposed to be there this morning, but because of the accident, I didn't make it. I was at discount, so I missed the convoy. So I went back up there to check in just now, and then I was coming back here, and as I was coming back here, I saw him flip around, that state police officer right here, flipped around and he was just following me. So I got into this parking lot so I could get into a private drive, and I parked, I was coming to park, and all of a sudden he flies up, but just like he is, I opened the door and he starts screaming at me, hit right, and I was like, oh, so no, I don't know what you're talking about. And it got a little heated, and finally I said, I'm gonna blow my undercover status. I'm Richard Nicholas Jacob Madrid, and I'm undercover. I've been working undercover for the UN. I just turned an investigation in for 43 years into the organizational side, a hierarchy side, which my family is very involved in, and it's dangerous for me here. And I've been targeted, me and my wife and my daughter. My wife her name is Park Min-soo, and she's South Korean, and her family is the South Korean family that was executed wrongfully here in the United States. 74 of them were killed. After President Trump released them, I patched through with him on a Spade network.
Okay, but what happened here? Because we already established that
there was an accident.
There was an accident with you this afternoon.
And this afternoon, when I was parked at the light, they turned green. I proceeded to go through the light, and boom, he hit me at the front, scraped the whole side of my front, just at his wheel. So I got out, DOT was there, everybody was there, we all talked. I talked with the owners of the vehicle, they were on the phone, and I said, ma'am, are you calling the police or 911 or anything? And she goes, no. And I said, okay, well, I'm not either, because I'm not hurt, there's no injuries, so I'm gonna help you guys pick up stuff, I'll pick up my stuff, and then I'll proceed. And she goes, well, I just want my car fixed. And I was like, well, it'll be fixed, do you have insurance? I'll give you my information. And then she got real upset, and the husband was like, no, everything's fine, we're okay. So they moved the vehicle, I moved my vehicle. And then I pulled down, DOT came back behind me, he sat there for a minute, I talked on the phone with my wife, and I said, okay, honey, I'm gonna go back over by there and make sure that everything's okay, and then I'm gonna go home. So I went back by the accident, nothing still, they said nothing, no problem, and I just proceeded home, because I live right here in this community. So it wasn't a hit and run, there was nobody hurt, and I offered all of the right processes by legalities, and I'm not in trouble, I don't have any warrants, there was no injuries, I made sure I followed the protocol, because I'm undercover. I just didn't want to blow all this information out, you know what I mean? Okay. But no, I'm not running from nobody, sir. That's definitely the truth. Okay.
Because we just heard the DOT followed you because you crashed into him and then you took off.
Oh no, DOT didn't. So, DOT wasn't following.
So hang tight, okay?
All right, sir.
The officer went back to check with the other officers, who told him their version of the story. Then he came back to the man who was rambling about a man named Frankie, whose ex-wife is now married to him. The plot thickens.
Was DOT behind him or what?
Yeah, they followed him all the way from there to here.
From the crash?
They saw it happen. Yeah.
Okay.
So I assume Serafin's heading over there?
Yeah, Serafin went to the crash and saw
the guy that's there literally witnessed it happen, so we can see it from him.
Okay, so
that's Frankie.
Just gonna.
That's Frankie. His last name is Coates. He's the one that his ex-wife is now married to me.
What are you doing here? I'm just checking because this was the car that hit my parents' car.
When the cop approached Frankie, the man told him that his name was Juan and gave the cop his license. So our undercover agent wasn't telling the truth. Who would have thought, huh? Kinda makes you wonder if everything else he said was a lie.
Oh, what's your name? Juan. Okay. This guy saying your name is Frankie. Oh, this guy? This guy, yeah. I read him. Cool. No, I was just, my parents, they didn't know what type of vehicle it was or anything. And I was speaking with the other DOT guy, and actually we're back here right now. My son, he's actually the one that's like, that looks like the car that hit. It's all wrecked up. And then I saw the DOT, so I thought, so you didn't witness the same thing with your parents? I didn't. Okay, first. Y'all on drugs or something? Or, is that what it is? Yeah.
Still investigating. Insurance?
We haven't got that far.
But yeah, it'd be a hit and run, man. We'll go from there.
No, he wasn't with me. I have no idea, sir.
The man then explained who Frankie was, telling the cops that he was a member of one of the organizations that were after him. Right, the cop interrupted him, probably because he got tired of the man's made-up stories and told him that he was going to read him his rights. After a bit of protesting from the man and him asking the cop to explain things, the officer was able to read the man his Miranda rights. Once he did, the man told him that he hadn't officially been arrested. He also asked for his lawyer because he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, why would you?
But he's one of the organizational members I was telling you about that is after me.
584 Wilford check.
That's why the UN has the investigations out.
I'm gonna read you just something real quick, okay?
Oh, sir, what do you need read my rights for?
I'm gonna read your rights and then we can go from there, okay?
No, sir.
You don't read your rights?
I don't need those at the time.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you can't say will be held against the court law. You have the right to attorney.
I'm not under arrest, though, sir.
You're just listen. You don't have to say nothing. Just listen to me.
I was only being detained for an investigation.
You have the right to an attorney.
And I can answer nothing. Nothing's beneficial, sir.
And you have the right to have one present during question. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided you.
Right now.
Awesome. Okay.
Because I haven't done anything wrong. You on me, and I haven't done anything wrong in the
So you're going to be under arrest now for leaving the scene of a crash.
The officer told the man that he was being arrested for leaving the scene of a crash and resisting. The man, of course, denied everything, but the cop told him that they had witnesses. The next thing you know, the man was telling the cop that he didn't hurt anybody and reminded him that he was undercover. We certainly haven't heard that in a while. As the officer was escorting the man to his vehicle, the man asked for his wallet back and some more water. After asking some more questions, the cop told the man that they were going to return everything to him. The man struggled to sit comfortably in the car, but the cop assisted him and told him that he was going to get him some water.
What?
Leaving the scene of the crash.
I did not leave the scene, sir.
Resisting and evading. Okay.
I checked with everything. I checked with everyone before I proceeded.
What somebody else witnessed and what happened, then.
Well, can I write it to a statement? And I'm an officer, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
I have the
Come
video.
over. Is that your cap? Is that your cap?
Yes, sir. That's my cap. But I didn't hurt nobody, sir.
Okay. No, you didn't hurt nobody. But
I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm an officer. I'm undercover. I'm serious.
Okay, we could deal with that later. Okay, go ahead and get out. I'm gonna put you in my unit.
All right, thank you.
So you won't be sweating back here.
All right, can I get some more water too, sir?
Yeah, we'll get you some more.
All right, thank you.
Don't talk to him. Let's go this way.
I just need some water, sir.
Yeah, we'll get you some water.
And my wallet.
Plus, so I got you
all my money in there.
Right, everything's gonna go with you sitting right there being recorded.
I hope so, because that's all I got, sir.
No, we're not. We'll get you whatever you had on your person, which is your pocket, right? Which is your wallet.
Yeah, it was all in front of me.
It was in your wallet, right?
I had
so
my
whatever.
wallet
If your wallet was in your pocket,
in there.
Well, did you want to take your cell phone with you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I need my cell phone.
We'll take your cell phone with you.
So I have to have it.
Okay.
Oh man.
So put your feet under there. Scoot your butt up this way.
There
we go.
I can't, sir. I have a broken wrist.
Okay. So what I would do is I would turn this way.
I just need some water.
Turn this way. Throw your legs that way, and then put your arms this way. Put your hands over this way.
Come on, sir. I'm 100% permanent and total disabled. I'll be all right here.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to get you comfortable. You know what I mean?
If I just sit right here, I'll be okay.
So let me do this. Let me do this. Just okay. Lean back now. There you go. Alrighty. I'll get you some cold water. That one was a little hot, all right?
Yes, sir. Because they said they weren't going to press no charges. Yeah, I went through the protocol. Like we're supposed to.
Well, that's the people. It's totally different when. Because in any crash, people are going to call for a crash, right? For law enforcement to come in and investigate the crash.
We asked him, though. I walked up and I asked him, I said, are you going to call? He says, no, I called my son. And I was like, well, okay, that's fine, you know?
Okay, hang tight.
46 is 97 has the vehicle at Chavez Towing at owner's request. Excuse me, Chavez Towing?
Yeah.
The cop then explained to the man that he wasn't detained anymore and that he was arrested instead, to which the man replied that he didn't hit anybody and that he didn't commit any crime. He then proceeded to explain once again what happened at the scene of the accident, but the cop called him out on his lies. The man didn't care about that and just continued to tell his version of the story, despite the witnesses saying something else. The cop then gave the man some water and closed the car door.
Okay.
I didn't commit a crime. I did follow the protocol, sir.
Okay.
This one's cold, so it
I
takes me
made
back.
sure that they were not injured, and I made sure they weren't going to call police. I offered my information, insurance, registration, everything.
Okay.
And they said no, they didn't need it. Yeah.
They said they didn't need it because that's not what they said. They said they needed that information you took off.
No, sir. I'll give it to them. Okay, I said if you need anything, I'll exchange my information. It's on record. I mean, it's on recording. And they said okay. And I said, all right. Well, if you need anything else, just let me know. And they said no. I said, well, I'm gonna go. And the husband says, okay. Well, have a nice day. And I got in the car and I drove down the street, and my headlight fell down. So I got out. I took it out, put it in the trunk, and that's when this gentleman rolled up behind me again, and he stayed in the car. So I got on the interstate, and I turned around. I made a U-turn, and I went back to the scene, and I made sure that everything was okay again, one more time. And then I just proceeded here, not at a high rate of speed. I wasn't breaking the law. I wasn't running from nobody. When I saw him, he was going that way, no lights, and I didn't think anything. I was coming in here anyway, and I pulled in, and then that's when he pulled up. And I didn't know if maybe she had contacted her son and one of you are her sons or whatever, but now I know that's not true either. So she didn't contact the police or 911. She contacted her son, which is that guy.
Yeah.
He's over there. I think you have enough.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, like I said, my water, sir. Can I have a shot? And like I said, I'll write a statement too. I'm with you.
Yeah. They're gonna pull you aside in a while. They're gonna ask you some questions. You good? More? Good?
Yes, sir.
They're
Thank you.
gonna ask you some questions in a minute.
All right.
I'm gonna close the door. Watch your
Like
legs.
you said, I can leave it this way.
We'll close it. Watch your knees.
Watch your legs.
Our man, the self-proclaimed undercover federal agent, was eventually charged with DWI and leaving the scene of the accident. His car was towed without incident, and he was cited for leaving the scene of a fender bender.